జపాన్ వాణిజ్య ప్రతినిధులతో ముఖ్యమంత్రి చంద్రబాబు అధికారులు భేటీ అయ్యారు. విజయవాడ నుంచి ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రసారం ద్వారా చూద్దాం.
Minister, Embassy of Japan in India, representatives from Government of Japan, representatives from the industry of Japan, officials from the Government of Andhra Pradesh, representatives from the industry of Andhra Pradesh, and friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome everyone to Andhra Pradesh, India's sunrise state, a state that is leading the country by example under the dynamic leadership of Sri Chandrababu Naidu, Honorable Chief Minister. We are very grateful to Honorable Mr. Yasoke Takagi, Minister of Economy, Trade and Industry. Sir, you have been a very integral support system of Andhra Pradesh since its journey in 2014. You had met the Honorable Chief Minister when he visited Japan in November 2014. Subsequently, you were kind enough to visit for the foundation stone of Amaravati in 2015. Later on, led a delegation in 2016, May, to Vijayawada. And now again, you are back with us. This shows that you are a really integral support system for Andhra Pradesh since its journey in 2014. Andhra Pradesh has always advocated for stronger ties with Japan, and Honorable Mr. Yasoka Takagi has been a testimony to the elevated partnerships between Andhra Pradesh and Japan. Our Honorable Chief Minister visited Japan in November 2014 and also met the Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Shinzo Abe. Our Honorable Chief Minister also visited cities like Osaka, Kyoto and Tokyo and met major corporations including Sumitomo, Panasonic, Hitachi, Mitsubishi, Suzuki, Toshiba and SoftBank. Andhra Pradesh and Japan signed a memorandum of cooperation on 28 November 2014 in sectors such as food processing, agriculture, power, urban transport and clean management. A critical MOU was signed between the Government of Andhra Pradesh and NADO to identify opportunities in smart community, renewable energy, energy efficiency and energy storage. Your presence in Vijayawada and the activities undertaken with the government are a testimony to the cooperation between both Andhra Pradesh and Japan. And another MOU was signed on 22nd October 2015, further elevating the cooperation between Japan and Andhra Pradesh. It's also promising to note that METI has held Andhra Pradesh Investment Task Force in Japan 3 times. Today we have amongst us many prominent Japanese stakeholders that are highly relevant to Andhra Pradesh across infrastructure, urban development, transportation, energy, sustainable infrastructure, smart cities, cloud computing, and disaster prevention solutions. We are pleased to know that the proposed pre-feasibility study regarding ICT architectural master plan of 9 cities of Amaravati, apart from making the master plans on development of smart city and electronic city, are underway with the assistance from Japan. Andhra Pradesh is investing heavily in logistics and will be the gateway to the east by 2029. We welcome Japan to collaborate in port development, infrastructure development and industrial development of Andhra Pradesh. The Economic Development Board is fully committed to facilitate Japanese investments, partnerships and collaborations into Andhra Pradesh. We shall also lead delegations to Japan to promote investments and steady partnerships and assure that a steady investment, a favorable investment climate will be offered to Japanese investors in Andhra Pradesh. So, we are very grateful that in December 2016, the Japanese government, along with METI and JETRO, have facilitated an investment delegation from Andhra Pradesh and ensured that there was a large attendance. We will again be coming very soon to Japan with a large delegation, and we would request your cooperation in ensuring that our delegation is very successful in attracting highest kind of investments from Japan. We look forward to Japanese firms establishing even Japanese clusters in Andhra Pradesh with Japanese ecosystem and culture. We welcome you to Andhra Pradesh, India's sunrise state, a state that is leading the country by example. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Krishna Kishore, for your kindest and heartfelt welcome address. To finalize this opening session, I'd like to invite Mr. Ajay Jain, Principal Secretary to Government, Energy, Infrastructure and Investment, and CRDA Department. Please.
Amaravati e Yokoso. Welcome to Amaravati, dear friends. Honorable Minister Takagi, State Minister for METI, most dear friend of Andhra Pradesh, our Honorable Chief Minister Shri Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu, Honorable Ministers from Government of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Kenko Sone, the Minister Embassy of Japan, respected delegates from JICA, JBIC, NIDO, METI, and all the companies, and my own colleagues in Government of Andhra Pradesh, members of the media, captains of Indian industry. First of all, I would like to extend a hearty welcome to Minister Takagi and the entire delegation who have come for the third time to Andhra Pradesh in last 2.5 years. Well, I will give you a brief overview about the progress made in Amaravati so far in our journey of last almost 30 months, what we have achieved so far. If you see, in February 2014, a decision was taken to bifurcate the state of Andhra Pradesh, and on June 2nd, 2014, the state was bifurcated. So we were a state with no capital. Hyderabad was supposed to be the combined capital for 10 years, but then there was a lot of administrative inconvenience faced, and Honorable Chief Minister decided that we should move over to our state as soon as possible. So the hunt for the capital started, where to locate the capital. So what the government felt, and Honorable CM felt, that capital should be located in a central location, which is convenient to all the sections of the state, all the regions of the state, which has abundant water supply, which has rich culture and heritage, and which is connected by all transport means. Therefore, the location was finalized to be Amaravati, which is just close to the place where we are at the moment. Then in December 2014, APCRDA, the Capital Region Development Authority, was established for development of the new city, which was named as Amaravati, which was a historical city going back to almost 7th century AD. Then Honorable CM made the first visit to Singapore during November 2014, and we had an understanding with the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Minister Ishwaran from Singapore, that we signed an MOU also that Singapore would be developing the master plan for the capital city, and also their entities would be the master developer for the startup area. That is how it was worked out. Then second visit immediately was to Japan. That was in November 2014, because we have always admired the skill of the Japanese companies, what progress Japan has made, particularly in the areas of industrialization. So we wanted to have the Japanese skill and also Japanese capital. That is why this MOU was entered with the Japan. Then once we wanted to establish a capital, the biggest challenge was availability of land, because close to about 50,000 acres of land was required for the capital city. And if we had gone for acquiring land by paying the money to the farmers, it would have cost almost $8 billion. So that much of money, you can understand, for a state like Andhra Pradesh recently bifurcated was very difficult. So Honorable CM came up with a new idea of land pooling, in which farmers, first time in the history of the country and perhaps in the history of the world, that such a large scale voluntary land pooling was taken up. Farmers came forward, not one or two, 32,592 farmers came forward willingly, and they offered their land. And in return, they are being given developed piece of land in the new capital city. By this, we have ensured that the government doesn't spend upfront on the capital, and more important, farmers also become part of the capital city development. They are now proud owners of the developed piece of land in the new capital. That is how the entire land was acquired. Within a period of 1 year, we could get almost 50,000 acres of land, which you know is one of the biggest challenges in India particularly, and in the entire world also in general. So we had the land ready, we had the master plan ready. Then with the help of Singapore, as I said, there Sabana and Jurong, they came forward, they developed the master plan, that too in a record time of just 6 months, 180 days, the master plan for the capital region development area, which is the CRD area, which we call about 8,000 square kilometers. The capital city, as you can see in the map, which is about 217 square kilometers. And also for the seat capital area, which is about 6.9 square kilometers. So all these master plans were developed within a period of 180 days by the Singapore companies with the help of course, officials from the government of Andhra Pradesh and CRDA. And the master plan now, what has been prepared, it envisages 9 theme cities. 9 theme cities like the government city, the justice city, the economic city, the health city, the education city, media, sports, to name a few. And then similarly, high emphasis has been given on public transportation, walk to work type of concept, cycling, because this kind of new concepts which have been proven internationally, we wanted to bring it for the first time in the city of Amaravati. And the master plan envisages a population of 3.5 million by 2050. As far as the capital city is concerned, as of now, it is only about 100,000. So in the next 35 years, master plan envisages a population of 3.5 million, and accordingly, the plan has been prepared. Now, if we see the trunk infrastructure, because after the master plan was prepared, the second challenge was the development of the infrastructure plan, which was done by GISC China and RV Associates. They are also going to make a presentation on the infrastructure plan, and smart infrastructure has been planned so that all the, as far as the electricity is concerned, everything is GIS and underground cabling is there. Similarly, smart transport system has been planned. Similarly, water, sewerage, everything has been planned, and already construction of roads, about 85 kilometers, the main 8 roads have already been started as far as the construction is concerned. Similarly, when we took land from the farmers, we had promised them that we would develop the infrastructure for the lands and then give it to them, the developed piece of land. That is what we mean by LPS infrastructure. That is a land pooling system infrastructure, scheme infrastructure, in which now we are developing neighborhoods. About 29 neighborhoods are being developed. Idea is that the place of work should not be more than 15 minutes from the place of residence. That is how the city has been planned, with cycle track, green and blue city. It has been planned. There is River Krishna, which is flowing, as you know, in this city. Almost 30 kilometers of riverfront is available, and we have planned for inland waterways on the lines of what Amsterdam and the city of Venice have. And then similarly, a lot of greenery has been planned. More than almost 40% of the area has been kept as clean, blue and green. Now, the government complex, because what people understand by government perhaps is the government complex itself, which houses the assembly, that is the Diet in Japan, or the government secretariat where the council of ministers sits, or the Raj Bhavan, or the judiciary. So here we have the master plan, and this is being planned in an area of about 1,300 acres. For this, the master plan has been designed by Foster and Partners, and today only they have submitted the final master plan. So the works on the main government complex would be starting soon as far as the infrastructure is concerned. And here we have been working with Japanese companies also so as to develop the smart infrastructure for this master plan, for which also a DPR has been prepared. And but to shift the headquarters, the administrative machinery from Hyderabad to the new capital city, Honorable CM decided that while the permanent one can take some time because it is planned, and CM's vision is that it should be one of the best in the world, or rather the best in the world. So, but to plan immediate shifting, we have constructed a transit government complex with an area of about 600,000 square feet, which was again done with an assembly also, which has been done in a record time of 192 days. And today the entire administration is working from the new capital city. The startup area now, ultimately, if the city has to develop the central business district or the startup area, which is the most important, like in all international cities, we have the downtown. So therefore, the CBD has to develop. Idea was to make it an international city, so the international companies, the multinational companies come in. Therefore, as I mentioned earlier, we had a partnership with Singapore. Their companies, Ascenda, Singbridge, and Semcop, who are represented here today, they have been selected as the master developer following a Swiss challenge process. And they would be developing 6.9 square kilometers. They would be developing the infrastructure, as well as in partnership with the government company, our own company, Amaravati Development Corporation, which we have formed. They have 58% equity. We have 42% equity. So this joint collaboration between the Singapore companies and the AP companies, they will be developing this in over 3 phases. It would be developed. Idea is that the Central Business District would attract the best of the companies in retail, in IT, or in hospitality, tourism, banking sector. So my request to the Japanese companies who are present here is to partner with this, because Singapore and Japan, we understand, are very close to each other. So we request the Japanese companies to also work closely with these 2 companies and establish their offices and other enterprises in the startup area, which is now has been given to the Singapore Consortium for Development. So this is the one activity, and shortly they would be commencing the works as well. Economic development, as you know, city is not alone the government complex or the Central Business District. City means city which can give jobs, city where people stay, where there is a lot of economic activity. So what Honorable CM felt was that we should encourage the educational and health institutions, because ultimately every citizen requires health and education as well. Therefore, we have given line to the most important, the premier institutions, premier private universities as well as government universities in the country. Universities like Vellore Institute of Technology, SRM University, Amrita University, which are the 3 leading private universities in the country. They have established their campuses there. In fact, on 15th, that is on Saturday, one of the universities is starting its campus. And from this academic year itself, we can see about 1,500 to 2,000 students. Shortly, Government of Japan, which we have been working very closely, and today you all are present here, Government of UK, they have also selected 3 cities in India for partnership, and among them, Amaravati is one. And then, of course, China has been working for infrastructure planning and mass transportation and other things. Besides this, we have consultants from Netherlands, we have consultants from US and other countries, Malaysia also, who are closely working with us. And I'm happy to inform you that recently, Amaravati has been selected as one of the smart cities by Government of India. It is the latest smart city which has been selected by Government of India. The relationship between Government of AP and Japan has been very, very strong right from the visit of Honorable Chief Minister in November 2014. Then the visit, of course, the Honorable Minister Takagi, and the entire delegation also came. Then again, CM made a visit in July 2015. Then Honorable Minister came for the foundation stone. So now we have come to a stage wherein we have formulated certain concrete proposals which can be taken forward for partnership with Japan. So one is, of course, Japan through JICA. They are preparing the smart transport master plan for the Amaravati, for the entire CRDA region. Similarly, in a sports city, we want partnership of Japan, because you are hosting, Tokyo is hosting 2020 Olympics. So we want to gain from their expertise. Here also we are planning a sports city. Similarly, for development of a smart infrastructure, because Japan is very strong in technology. So therefore, we want your cooperation in high-tech areas wherein we can benefit by your skill and by your talent. Similarly, of course, funding is another thing, because Japan, we understand, has a lot of funding is available, that to low-cost funding through JICA and JBIC. So these are the 2 arms. So here also we are looking forward to your partnership. So key areas of cooperation which we have identified, and which there are presentations after this. Today we are signing the Memorandum of Cooperation. This is in continuation to the Memorandum of Understanding what was signed in October 2015. So one is the technical studies in which Japan has been cooperating, the comprehensive traffic and transport survey for capital region, which is being funded by JICA, and we must thank JICA for supporting us. Then preparation of ICT master plan for capital city, electronic city, which my colleague Mr. Krishna Kishore mentioned. Here we look forward to the partnership, because what we have in She City, which is just a second home for Japanese. We want a similar one to develop in Amaravati. We have earmarked a portion of land also for that. Sports city, as I mentioned, hosting Olympics 2020. Then infrastructure technology partnership. These are the 5 areas which Honorable Minister was mentioning during the interaction with Honorable CM just now. One is the disaster management center, then the modular data center for Amaravati, advanced signaling system and a smart transportation solution for Vijayawada city, then water treatment plant and sewage treatment plant. All the 5 feasibility studies have been done, and shortly we will be sending, our Department of Finance has approved the proposals. Shortly we will be sending it to METI through Ministry of Urban Development and the Department of Economic Affairs. So I would request the Honorable Minister, METI, to, they have been supporting us, to please support these projects under grant in aid from METI. And then, of course, financial support to Amaravati, grant in aid, as I mentioned, for the above 5 projects. Then JICA support, which has been doing, and also for low-cost funding and JPIC. Here is one area we have formed Capital City Development and Management Company. That is the Amaravati Development Corporation. We had requested JPIC to pick up an equity stake, just like Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor. What you have done, we had requested. Lots of discussions have taken place, and I think we have come to a fairly strong conclusion and a clarity. So my request to Honorable Minister METI and the JPIC representative is to see that the decision is taken at the earliest, and JPIC partners with CCDMC as an equity partner for development of Amaravati. So I think these are the areas. So lots of areas are there, and we have made substantial progress, but also, yes, we have spent substantial time also. So I would request and I would strongly urge the Honorable Minister and the representative from Japan to partner with us, see that this cooperation continues and it fructifies into a long-term relationship. To conclude, I would only recall the words of Honorable Minister METI, Minister Takagi, when he was speaking in the public function. He said that we would develop Amaravati as if it is our own capital city. So this is the commitment. So if you are feeling that Amaravati is your city, I'm sure that Amaravati will definitely develop like a Japanese city, perhaps better than the Japanese city of Tokyo. And we look forward to your continued cooperation and support in our journey together. Thank you one and all.
Just call him sir.
లక్షలాది రైతులు ఉపయోగిస్తున్నారు డ్యూపాంట్ ఫర్టెరా. ఇది అందిస్తుంది వరిలో కాండం తొలిచే పురుగుపై దీర్ఘకాలం నియంత్రణ, మెరుగైన పిలకలు మరియు అధిక దిగుబడి. డ్యూపాంట్ ఫర్టెరా, కణం కణంలో క్రాంతి.
సువర్ణాక్షరాలతో రాయబడింది ఇతని జాతకం, కానీ ఈ గై మాత్రం బిజీగా ఉన్నాడు జిల్లతో.
పాతకాలపు ఇంటి చిట్కాలు మానండి, తీసుకోండి కొత్త ఇచ్గార్డ్ ప్లస్. ఇందులో ఉంది శక్తివంతమైన టెర్బినాఫిన్. ఇది చెమట వల్ల వచ్చే దురదపై చూపుతుంది 4 రెట్లు త్వరిత ప్రభావం.
Number one is the, as Mr. Jayajan mentioned, JICA's technical cooperation for the master plan of transportation system, which covers the entire area of the capital region. I think it's more than 8,000 square kilometers. So we are now moving ahead with the concrete step. So JICA is making a huge effort. On June 2017, the actual study is started. And May 2017, the consortium comprising of 4 companies, which are the Oriental Consultant Global, Nippon Koei, Kisho Kurokawa Architect and Associates, and International Development Center of Japan. They established as a team. And the schedule from now on, the tentative schedule is there. Up to the February of 2018, data analysis on traffic, transport, and the travel demand, this will be completed, as well as the model planning of urban transport and immediate action plan. And up to November 2018, short-term and mid-term transport development plan, as well as the long-term strategy will be completed. And up to April 2019, the final report will be submitted. The detailed explanation will be followed afterward by JICA. Next is, as Mr. Jayajan mentioned, in the 5 projects, the smart infrastructure. The one package comprising of 5 projects in data center and cloud computing, disaster prevention, traffic decongestion system, water supply, and sewage. This is creating a kind of a unique combination of Japanese technology. And throughout the process of feasibility study with those 5 companies and MITI and Sumitomo Corporation, we did a lot of study how to integrate the Japanese cutting technology into the development of new Amaravati. So we would like to move to the next step. So Japan will consider the appropriate financial cooperation when the government of India provide us, meaning the competent authority of Japan, the official request to finance, then we will start to the next step. And Japan will also provide a kind of a technical capability assistance, meaning the invitation of the AP state officials to Japan for clearer understanding of those suggested infrastructure and most importantly, the way of operation. So this is the smart infrastructure component. This is also followed by the detailed explanation afterward. And number 3 is the overall development of a new capital city. Regarding ICT, we have received a request for the ICT architectural master plan from the Honorable Chief Minister. So now my ministry is ready to conduct a pre-feasibility study with support by JICA to clarify the scope of the plan and expected effects of the installation of integrated ICT network and so on. And regarding the sports city and the electronic city, my colleague from the Ministry of Transport is ready to cooperate, but we are awaiting the concrete specific request on the development of those 2 zones from AP State. Number 4 is the human resource development with support from the Japanese engineering companies and AP State College. Made in Asia Corporation in Japan and Prime Maiden Limited in India will establish the first Japanese endowed course, we call JEC, in NBKR Institute of Science Technology in Andhra Pradesh on September 2017. JEC is one of the pillars of the MOC on the Manufacturing Skill Transfer Promotion Program signed by the 2 national government ministries, MITI and MSTE. And this MOC is endorsed by the 2 prime ministers last year, November, when Honorable Prime Minister visited Japan. So Made in Asia Corporation and Prime Maiden and NBKR Institute of Science and Technology kindly support this idea, and they will train the future engineers with Japanese working methods and skills. Number 5 is the industry cluster. JETRO and MITI conducted a survey on the Japanese companies in Srishti, and the result shows the single window, incentives on tax, and infrastructure are the most important components in terms of the ease of doing business as well as the inventing new FDI. So Japanese side appreciate very much about the AP State effort regarding those 3 sectors, and we would like to expect the continuous support from AP State. And I would like to draw attention also to the fact that we could find some of the Japanese companies in that city is considering the expansion of the facilities furthermore in Srishti. And this is the brief overview of our cooperation. And in addition to this, I would like to mention two components. One is the cooperation between the private sectors on the clean energy sectors, including the smart meter and waste to energy. This is also the area in which the presentation will be followed. And the other one is the food value chain. My colleagues in Ministry of Agriculture is working very hard, and they are considering the concrete project for the matchmaking in terms of the establishing the food value chain. So this is the overall picture of the cooperation, and the detail will be explained further afterward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Abe. Is there any question, comments, or complaints? No? Yes, please. No. Excellency.
All these 5 items, as you rightly mentioned, one is comprehensive traffic and transportation study for AP Capital Region. You have given milestones also. The second one is support to install smart infrastructure. 5 smart infrastructure projects you have mentioned here. Given Government of India, now we are sending our recommendations. Very soon it will come. Third one, support all over development of new capital city Amaravati, ICT architectural master plan. Fourth one is establish Japanese endowed courses in engineering colleges and also industrial clusters. Single window, we are very strong. In ease of doing business, we are number 1. Even further, we are improving ease of doing business. Incentives, recently GST has come. Now we are working what to do further, that we can come back. On infrastructure also, we are very strong. So all these 5 projects, how to take to the logical conclusion, how to take forward. You are getting all the cooperation from our people, or any comments you can tell us. Our people also will work with you. Any problem in getting cooperation from our side?
はい。ここに書いてある5つのアジェンダアイテムに関してですが、まずは交通計画に関しては、この1年間にある程度マイルストーンがあったということを報告します。そして同じく2番目のスマートインフラストラクチャーに関しても、我々としては今してあげられるかを考えております。今後とも着実にそのビジネスしやすい環境を作り、そしてインセンティブの改善に着実に取り組んでいきたいと思います。よろしくお願いし
ます。Thank you very much. I think it's very important the concrete discussion on the ground regarding how to proceed on the ground, how to invite concrete investment, how to resolve the concrete issue, etc. So the remark of the Honorable Chief Minister is very, very much encouraging to us, and we would like to continue our cooperation with your team. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
From my part, I would like to express our highest regard to you. Thank you very much, Honorable Chief Minister.
Thank you, sir.
Excellency. Anyway, is there any other comment? No? Okay. So let's move on to the next item. So next item is from AP State side with regard to development of the new capital. And two presenters will make a presentation. And Dr. K. Prasado of GIIC and RV Associate will kindly present.
It is my privilege to give presentation on behalf of GIIC and RV. I thank you very much for giving opportunity this. And our Honorable CM's vision is Amaravati should be top 5 smart cities competing with Vienna, Toronto, Paris, New York, London, Tokyo. By implementing blue and green city concept, smart infra, smart transport, ICT, smart governance. This should be almost all the smart cities are following. And with a vision of this Amaravati urban mobility is the major challenge. We are taking care about all non-motorized, motorized transport system in Amaravati. And major arterial roads is around 51 kilometers with a design speed of 80 kilometers per hour with a ROW of 60 meters. Arterial will be around 99 kilometers with 80 kilometers speed, and subarterial is 166 kilometers with a collector's 25 meters width of 277. Internal roads is around 1100 kilometers. This is entire road network is designed under smart infrastructure. This ROW, apart 50 meters, around 8 meters, a dedicated utility corridor is provided in this road. And this will be the means in under all utilities will be underground. And this is coming to 25 meter LPS. This is also having same features. All utilities will be underground. And when it is coming to water supply, this will be the first city in India and also in globally, first pressurized system with direct pumping system with SCADA and catering 217 square kilometers, fully automated system following the 3D concept, and from tapping management to still AMR. SCADA system is being implementing in this project. And we are having 2 sources in River Krishna, Prakasham Barrage and proposed Vaikuntapuram. In 2 phases, water supply will be executed. And when it is coming to raw water pumping main, around 1900 mm, and there will be 51 cushion tanks with reservoir management, and around 300 to 1400 mm. WDC centers will be there, 60 WDC centers will be there, distribution will be there. And coming to clear water, and this is sewage treatment plants. Entire 217 square kilometers is divided into 12 sewage treatment zones with 1 industrial zone. And around 609 MLD of sewage will be generated in this Amaravati. And 33% of the tertiary treatment facilities is being implemented in this project. With this will cater direct district cooling, and urban irrigation will be with tertiary treatment. Balance 67% will be navigation and irrigation. And this, we are adopting a world-class sewage treatment technologies, A2O, and green technologies, constructed wetlands, and adopting, aiming towards zero liquid discharge concept. This will be the first city adopting this zero discharge concept. And around in power, around 706 megawatt power is estimated. And here we are minimizing 5%. We designed system such a way that implementing all GIS substations, we are minimizing the power loss less than 5%. And also aiming towards 1816 megawatt of solar power, green energy. And with smart power grid is envisaged, designed in this power. And this is direct 400 kV, 220 kV substations, from 220 kV to 33 kV substations, from 33 kV to 415 GIS compacting substations were designed. And all the cables will be underground. And coming to ICT, so we designed ICT considering happy life, safe life in this Amaravati. This is core state headquarters, district headquarters, 4, and then BHQs, and this will be the detailed trunk fiber network covered up to 2050 years for considering C2, C4. Means having the control commanding systems up to C4 level. We designed the ICT covering all transport, district cooling, disaster management, gas, security systems, water, power. And this is solid waste 4 zones. And pneumatic waste collection system is envisaged in government complex. And this is the utility corridors, dedicated utility corridors considered in this Amaravati city, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Prasado. Next presenter is Ms. Beatrice Leo on behalf of Ascenda Simbridge and Semcorp Development, please.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chief Minister Mr. Naidu, Honorable Minister Mr. Takagi, representative of the government, industries, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Beatrice Liao, and I represent Ascenda Simbridge today. And I'm grateful for this opportunity for us to also update Chief Minister and the ladies and gentlemen here of the work that we have done. Initially, I thought I would also introduce on the involvement of our Singapore consortium in this amazing project that we are going to build. Mr. Ajay Jain just now has already made quite a bit of introduction, so I think I will jump quite a few slides that I have prepared. Please bear with me. This is a project that I think I don't have to repeat, as Mr. Ajay Jain, you have said that. Our collaborations with AP governments started since 2014, and the collaborated between us is in 3 areas, Singapore and AP. 1 is in capacity building, and 2 is in master planning, and the 3rd one is master developing of the seed and the startup area. So as earlier we have already mentioned that the capacity building side is done by our Center of Livable City. The other part of the master planning is done by our another Singapore consortium called Sabana Jurong. And we were the appointed, also nominated parties, Ascenda Simbridge and Semcorp, to be the master developers. This is where the developments of the startup area, and I don't have to detail that. Just a very quick introductions of who we are and how we got to develop into develop this area. Ascenda Simbridge, currently our main business is in, of course, real estate developments, fund management, and real estate management. We are present in 9 countries, 28 cities, and we have currently managed assets under us about 20.9 billion. Semcorp, this is an integrated engineering, marine, and urban development conglomerate They are also present in about 16 countries with a turnover of about $7 billion USD a year, and they employ about 7,000 staff. Sembcorp has also done power plant projects in AP, so some of you may have already worked with them. We are very honored to be awarded these developments of the capital city start area in May 15, 2017. Over the last 1.5 months of awarding, we have already formed 3 work streams, namely the commercial and the JV structure teams, which are currently already in discussions with our CRDA partner in formalizing all our JV structure. The other work stream that we have formed is the industry promotions work stream, which I'm one of the members. And the other one, it's infrastructure. So for our investment structure, as Mr. Jain has introduced just now, this is how it is. 58% from our Singapore consortium and 42% from ADC. And as our work stream is working with our counterpart here, we are finalizing this. And as we are finalizing this JV structure, we have not stopped our work. We have already started, in looking into the detailed planning of our phase 1, and especially the catalytic development area. No, I put the thank you slides here, but then I just wanted to highlight that with the opportunity of working on this exciting project, especially on the investment promotion side that I'm now working on, we have already started working with our CRDA counterpart, and we believe that to build a catalytic development area, it is important, as what our Chief Minister has the visions of incorporating the people, to benefit the people, to incorporate the people in the development. Therefore, with these visions, we are working with our local partner in the business, as well as we are designing our space. We are very cognizant that the space needs to incorporate the needs of our community, the social, the people of Amaravati. And also, in our designing of space, we are also cognizant the space that is needed for the visitors. Now, on the business side, we believe that it is not only the international business that we are talking about, it is also the local businesses, our SME, our local MNCs, and also our foreign partner, such as our friends from Japan. With that, this trip that we have made, we in fact, just over the last few days, we have the delegations of 10 members on ground here. And we have very in-depth discussions with our counterpart in our APEDB, Mr. Krishna Krishna. Thank you very much, for giving us a lot of inputs. Also, our CRDA friend, Mr. Sridhar, Commissioner Sridhar, and also our friends from CII. They have given us tremendous input in helping us design this catalytic. And we are very, very excited to be part of this development in trying to create and also realize the potential of Amaravati and working towards realizing, Chief Minister, your dream of making a people capital city. With that, thank you very much. Thank you.